In every single fortress, there are dwarves and other living creatures. When these creatures end their lives, or their lives are ended abruptly, be that by natural causes or by stabbing with a sharp object, if these creatures are not properly memorialized in either a tomb or a gravestone, they return in the form of a ghost. These ghosts are one of the many questions for the dwarves. Where do they come from? Why are they here? Why must they return? Why do they require proper memorialization? Well, these are some questions I can't actually answer for you, as the paranormal activity of a dwarven fortress is a strange thing indeed. However, what we do know is the effects that they can have on other dwarves, and other humans, or any other creature that happens to be existing within a fortress or city in the world of Dwarf Fortress. Ghosts often take haunting their relatives or friends, following them around on the same tile, as well as lingering wistfully near areas they frequented in life, or a spot that they died. Some even continue to perform their jobs. However, not all ghosts bear this anguish calmly. When a spirit has finally been calmed, the following message appears. The ghost has finally been put to rest. Unfortunately for the living dwarves, the ghosts are completely immune to harm. Even if a squad were to try to attack one, their weapons would simply slide through. The only way to permanently rid a fortress of a pesky haunt is by burying the body or properly memorializing them on a slab. This banishes the ghost into the other realms where they can no longer exist and bother the dwarves. But let's talk a little bit about the different types of paranormal activities that these ghosts can get up to, whilst bothering your dwarves before they've been properly memorialized. Forlorn haunts are dwarves that didn't complete any of their goals in life and simply die too early in a sad state of affairs. These are the least violent of the paranormals that could haunt a fortress, simply drifting about and looking in places for longing that they used to frequent. Sadness follows a creature like this. Dwarves that witness a forlorn haunt are rarely bothered by them, simply mildly saddened. Dwarves that were very high in certain skills, and dwarves that were close to completing their life's dreams, may return as a restless haunt that will drift around the place of death in frequent locations. However, they will also bother dwarves by haunting them, causing fear and dread amongst the dwarves among the living. Restless haunts are something best avoided and quickly dealt with a slab. Dwarves ruled by irresistible cravings and urges that occasionally could overindulge. Dwarves like this can return as a troublesome poltergeist. Troublesome poltergeists misplace items, topple furniture, and pull levers, and can also be known to open doors. Troublesome poltergeists are a terrifying problem in a fortress, and can cause fortresses to fall early due to releasing something or causing a bad situation that the fortress wasn't intending. If a dwarf dies in a secretive mood, they may become a secretive poltergeist. While less of a concern than the troublesome poltergeists, the secretive poltergeists will simply steal items without toppling furniture or pulling levers. If items start disappearing in your fortress, it may have been Eurist. If a dwarf dies in a fey mood, or they have a high amount of activity in their life, they may return as an energetic poltergeist. Energetic poltergeists topple furniture, such as chairs, but do not like stealing items, which means they can run around and cause some problems, knocking over craft store shops, breaking statues, and causing general mischief. Nothing will go missing. However, dwarves may get spooked by them from time to time. One of the darker spirits that can return, when a dwarf is possessed, they may come back as an angry ghost. An angry ghost will possess dwarves, causing them to throw tantrums, and may still be capable of battering dwarves. A dwarf battered by a ghost is likely to lose internal organs, or simply a limb or a number of teeth. Angry ghosts are a scary prospect, best dealt with as soon as possible. When a dwarf was stark-raising mad or had extraordinarily high stress, they may return as a howling spirit. While they do not attack or damage dwarves permanently, they do howl in the walls. When there's a howling spirit present, dwarves begin having difficulty sleeping. This can cause them to be restless when they wake up, or distracted. or simply tired, which can cause problems in combat and is actually quite a major debuff, something best paid attention to by unsuspecting fortress overseers. Dwarves that died with high depression or in a melancholic state may return as a moaning spirit. While some people might not mind the soft moans in the walls, it troubles one unfortunate dwarf at a time, meaning if you are being followed by a moaning spirit, expect that dwarf to suddenly rattle to the bottom of the depression spectrum and may immediately become melancholic, like the moaning creature that is following them. As we explore deeper into the different types of spirits and poltergeists and ghosts that can haunt a fortress, remember, there are a few cases where ghosts can be extraordinarily dangerous. The first of that being violent ghosts. If a dwarf dies when they're berserk or are extremely angry, they may return as a violent ghost. These ghosts can batter dwarves and cause them to be put in hospital. They can also remove limbs and internal organs, and sometimes cause immediate death to a dwarf, unsuspecting, simply walking to their bedroom. Be wary of violent ghosts and any dwarf that dies in a berserk state, because this can cause immediate death to any dwarf who wanders past. On the similar note, sadistic ghosts can only happen if a dwarf dies or has had a macabre mood, or has extraordinarily low altruism. They batter and scare dwarf and paralyze dwarfs into oblivion, causing them to immediately die, contorted with fear, capable of scaring a dwarf to death. Beware the sadistic ghost and the macabre moods, for no dwarf will survive the sight of such a horrific being. The final and most terrifying of the ghosts is if a dwarf has had a fell mood and had low altruism, and they were once memorialized, but that memorial was destroyed. This will cause a murderous haunt, which unabashedly, without warning, appears in the night and will murder dwarves, leaving a gory pile of blood as the only remnants of the dwarf. With the different types of poltergeists and ghosts aside, dwarven scientists have been studying these haunts for many a generation, and have learned a few things about what they are capable of and what they are not immune to. Ghosts can suffer bruises and even organ rupture if struck by a minecart. Why are the swords ineffective but minecarts are? Is anybody's guess. However, ghosts do not like having a minecart slammed into them. Perhaps a defense against a murderous haunt, but more science must be done here. Cave-ins do not kill ghosts, and perhaps because they can walk through walls already. Doors can be opened by ghosts, even forbidden ones, and this doesn't matter about the type of ghost. Ghosts can be frozen in water and will be released from water when the oceans thaw, meaning be very careful when settling on a haunted glacier. Ghosts' age is possibly one of the stranger ones. In fact, a childish ghost could grow to an adult and then eventually snap out of existence once they reach the age of passing away. Very strange that they self-memorialize as they get older, but one has to wonder, do they age while they're frozen? Ghosts can go insane if they have a need that was unmet by their life. As they haunt around and remember past tragedies, they can eventually fall into insanity. And this means they will attack other dwarves. Be very, very aware of the insane ghost. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you would like to see more videos like this about Dwarf Fortress and Dwarf Fortress lore and other various fun topics covering this video game, check out this YouTube channel. I got more videos than you could reasonably watch in a lifetime. Also, if you would like to watch me live, you can watch me here on YouTube on the live streams that are scheduled, or alternatively over on twitch.tv/BLINDIRL. And if you're looking for the VODs of my streams, you can find that over on the Blind Extras channel. There is a link in the description of this video. On the screen right now, you're seeing my patrons. They're the ones who keep these videos funded. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.